What's going on, everyone? So today I'm going to be talking about another one of my favorite Cosmic Champions because I just love Cosmic Champions so much. Angela. Angela, I think, initially can be really confusing with her rotation style of abilities and kind of keeping up with the rotation of her buffs. So I'm going to talk mostly about maximizing her Fury buffs, which is how much her damage comes from, obviously, and I think once you maximize the Fury buffs, you can get a lot of damage out of her. Maybe not as much as Hela, but still an absolute lot, and a little bit more sustainable too, since you don't have to keep up souls. So, as always, first things first, abilities, completely average, nothing special there. She is a metal champion, actually, though, so that can hurt you against Magneto. Something to be interested about. Kind of that hurts Spark a lot. No interesting synergies. And now the actual interesting thing. So, just like Mordo, Angela has a completely unnecessary signature ability, so I think that makes her a very good 5-star unduped rank 4 candidate, or especially a 6-star candidate. I think she was the best, in my opinion, in the original 6-star pool, and she still definitely holds her own up there. I think some of the top 6-star, just because of the unnecessary, just because of her signature ability being unnecessary. Because it takes so long to get 6-stars, you really don't want to get one that needs a dupe. So, her basic passive is a regen. So for every 10% of health loss, you get a resilience counter, and when below 100% max health, without an active regen, convert one of the resilience counters into regen. So she can only be regenning once at a time. Resilience counters in the regen do help a little bit, but a lot of times if you end with a resilience counter, you kind of feel like you didn't get as much healing as you could have. But her sustainability is still definitely above average because of that regen. So her passive buff is the most important part of her. So she gains a buff based on the current power meter, and every time she lands a critical hit, she duplicates into an actual timed buff instead of the infinite duration, and you can have a maximum of one of those. So less than a special, armor up, special 1 Fury, that's the important part. 900 East Fury, I think that's about 70%, somewhere in there. SP2 has a precision, so more crits, and aptitude increases the effect of all the other buffs by 50%. So if you can have 1 aptitude for just getting at the SP3, 2 aptitudes for landing a crit while at the SP3, that's 100% increased Fury precision that you probably still have in SP2. It's very powerful. Although it's very difficult to get the aptitude and have the Fury at the same time. So heavy attack, increased critical rating, doesn't really matter that much. So on her SP1, she has a 100% increased chance. She has a 100% chance for the same 70% Fury, but it's only a 5-second Fury. However, if you have a Fury active on Angela, the effect lasts for 20 seconds. So that's what you're going to want. So you're going to want to end up with the SP1, landing a couple of crits there when you're above the power level SP1, and then using that SP1 to get the 20-second Fury. Her SP2 does something very similar with the armor up. First get the 5-second, then her 20-second if it's already armor. And then finally her SP3 has an increased attack for each buff. It's only a 600, so it's about 40-50%. So not that great, but you'll be getting the aptitude buffs. So I'm going to show off how to use the... First I'm going to go into a much shorter fight. One where you're going to have to play a little bit more passive, because you do want to play quite aggressive with all of her buffs going down on timers. I should have a couple dual credits here. Once it loads. I do. Okay, so let's get Angela here. So the main thing you want to do with Angela is you want to be anywhere within You want to be less than 2 bars of power, above 1 bar of power. That's where you're really getting the sweet spot where you're going to be having 2 or possibly 3 Furies. So go in here. You see I'm getting the armor ups every time I crit. It is only stacking up to a maximum of 2 though. So once we get into the second bar of power, the passive one goes away. We do have 2 bars of power. And she's dead. She has an insane amount of damage very quickly. I did kind of show off what I would have done there if the fight was lasting longer. I would have used my SP1, turned that into a 20-second Fury. The passive goes away, so you need to hit the critical hit within the within that bar of power to make sure that you actually have a Fury to add the 20-second timer one onto. If you don't have that, then you're only getting the 5-second buff, which is not helpful in the slightest. So we do already have Angela. We'll keep the rest of this team. The only synergy we are really working off of is the Hela synergy, which won't even come into play here, but a 20% chance to instantly regen based on how many champions are already knocked on your team. So we're going to hop in against Winter Soldier really quickly, just to show off as much as I can of that buff rotation. So the main rotation I do is, as I've said, just spamming the SP1, getting as much Fury uptime as you can. But another rotation you can do is if you get the SP1 Fury, if you get the longer timer, you can have the 2 Furies, and then if you're very aggressive, you can get the SP3, get this 2 aptitude buffs. So the Furies are acting as if there were 4. 100% increase on those. So you see we have 2. We're landing the crits for about 2k on a light. So 2 Furies. As soon as we pass the bar of power, 3. There goes the 3400 medium. Let's see what I land here. Another 3400 medium. Without the crit, it's a 1200. Just still very good. Let's play very aggressive here. You can see that I have 3 Furies for a very long amount of time here. So we're going to try and play for the SP3. Half timer. We have 2 now. Getting a lot of precision buffs. We're hitting a lot of different crits. You have the SP3. I want to get at least 1 more aptitude. There we go. So we have 1 precision, 2 aptitude, and 2 Furies. Let's see just how much damage that will do. 15k, not bad at all. You can see that our first, I'll get another resilience counter just to show you what it looks like. It is that purple health thing there. We get one for every 10% that we lose, no matter what. So the first regen went away, which means a resilience gets converted into a regen. So now we're just going to spam the SP1. Make sure I hit a crit within that range of the first to second special. And 2600s, 3400s. It's not near Hela's damage, but for the amount of Furies that you have, for this much simpler, in my opinion, once you know that you just need to stay within that SP1, SP2 range, in my opinion, she's a much easier champion to use. I think Hela, just with her soul count, having to keep that high, having to hit just those specific hits, once you lose that soul count, it's pretty much downhill from there. So if you ask me, Angela is quite a bit better. Her dupe ability only is helpful against Mystic champions because it reduces the chance that they can nullify them. But if you're going against, it's rare that you're going to be going against a Mystic champion. Not only that's going to be nullifying without touching you, but that just in general, just because you're going to have class disadvantage. We did mess up quickly there. Got to the SP2 instead. That's okay. We'll go back and conclusion. I don't think I'm going to finish this fight. I'll just show another quick combo here with the full fury. See, I'm getting to the maximum that I can, as close to the SP2 without actually crossing there. And we're getting some very, very high counts. We'll show off another SP2. Let's do that. Not a lot of crits happening there. Only does 900 without the crit on the very last hit of the SP2. So her specials are kind of worse for wear. They're not insanely high damage. It's all in her basic hits because of her buffs. So I think we'll just end it right around here. I hope that you enjoyed and that you found this informative. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Have a good one.